Okay, so let's get into creating a sub bass layer for this section right here, for when the the main verse is kind of going. We're going to go down to our bass section, and I guess we could use the sub bass section because we're not going to be really using mid-range bass for this. It's more of just to give warmth to the section right here, with some lower octave notes and a sub bass. So we're going to be routing this through the sub, and then it comes out of the melody rack right up here. And I already have everything in the sub range to be sidechain to the kick and set to mono already, and then everything is gain stage already. So as far as the MIDI is concerned, you just have to grab the clip, go down here, line it up, and we're going to be using the bottom note of the chord, each chord here. Now you don't have to use the bottom note. Generally speaking, it's just easier because it's just the lowest note in your chord structure, and it generally lines up all right. But if, say, these notes were too low in the octave and they were hidden right, you can use any of the other notes in your chord structure to make up or to use for your bass line. In fact, if this doesn't work, we're going to try that. Okay, so let's go down to a maybe C2 octave and see how that sounds. And now for our instrument. Trillian is a really good bass instrument. It's meant for like cellos and actual basses, like bass guitars. Let's try a synth bass. It's a funny picture. Okay. It doesn't sound exactly the way I want it, but it might sound better in context with everything else. Okay, so C, the third octave is the proper octave here. Okay, so that one's not going to really work. Let's try something else. That one could work, although the attack is pretty slow. Let me see if I can change that here. Lifetime release. I don't know if it's the release. Okay, so bad trip bass could work. The idea I'm trying to go for here is just a lot of sub frequencies, not a lot of mid-range bass to just give warmth. I don't want to add a lot of crunch to this part. The main layer, the layer over it, when I make the top layer lead, it's going to kind of fill in that space. Okay, the big breakfast burrito actually could probably work. And let's bring it up to 10. pretty good. Now, if I wanted to add some crunchiness to this bass, a good way to do that is to, let's go ahead and duplicate you. And then on this layer, this top layer, I'm going to do a low cut all the way up to like, let's say, about 1,001 kilohertz. And then let's go ahead and put on some OTT on here. Like that. Reduce you and reduce you. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so yeah, if I wanted to add like a mid-layer range bass to it, that's how I would do it. I just kind of duplicate the sub bass and then boost and mess around with the high end of it, of the high end section of the sub range. So you kind of just section off, you know, from 1,000 hertz or so, then just crank up OTT on it, and you can get some nice distortion on your mid range. But we're not going to be using that. Let's just kind of to show you in case I wanted, if you wanted to know how to add some crunchiness to the bass. Okay, so that is a nice little blanket to make you feel warm when you hear this main section, and it's not even all the way complete. There's still a main melody that's going to go over this. So without the bass line, and then now with the bass line. Okay, so basically you have a nice warm section to build up the audience before the build up in the pre-chorus and the drop and all that. So I think we can move on to some drums and see how we can go on with the building of the kick and everything with the intro drums.